for my New Year's resolution. Stop. No more New Year's resolutions. Okay? Toss it. Toss it, forget about it, just cut it out. Your New Year's resolutions needs to turn into non-negotiables. Okay? Non-negotiables. I will not continue to do this, that, and that, and this. Okay? So cut out the New Year's resolutions because it's you basically saying, I will try. Stop trying to do some BS you know you're not going to follow through with. For my actors, when you have your character will always have a non-negotiable. You're if you're the main character, side character, day character, or whatever, it doesn't even matter. You always have a non-negotiable, and a non-negotiable is what will drive your character to complete their mission. Because I think I said this in another video, no one's going to watch someone who's not ambitious. Like, I don't want to watch someone who's not going to go after something. So one of my favorite movies, scary movie, Dead Silence, the main character, he was on a mission to figure out who gave him this doll and why. And I guess you can say a non-negotiable of his was that he was not going to stop until he got all the answers. Okay, what is movie? Like, White Chicks come to mind. So their non-negotiable was not being out of a job. Like, they were like, I'm gonna stay employed some way, somehow. Like, they were not going to risk being unemployed. They thought about it because they're human. Like, they're like, man, Chief is just really being hard on me. Maybe maybe he's right. And then they were like, no, we're gonna stay employed. We're gonna prove ourselves right, and we're gonna get our job back. Okay. So always remember, if when you're looking through text, even if it's just one word, make up a non-negotiable for you. We are very ambitious people, okay? And we don't a lot of us don't always know that we are very ambitious people. Sometimes we are really not motivated. That is okay. So we have to remember what a non-negotiable is for us, and we have to keep replaying it in our minds all the time. Action is the key. Okay? And when you have a non-negotiable, your actions are more clear. You're not going to be doing things that you shouldn't even be doing. Okay? So when your character have these non-negotiables, and it can, like, you have your overall non-negotiable, and then with certain scenes, you also have uh, like a bullet point or something that helps with that main objective. And you know everything that you're doing in the scene that is caught on camera is for a reason. So you're not just doing something stupid. If you're really sad and depressed, you're not about to get this coffee and start drinking it, because coffee is going to keep you awake. If you're sad and depressed, you kind of want to still be asleep, you're gonna like have wine or something like that. It is just an example that I gave or whatever. If you're like super up and you're supposed to be up, this bright person, you're not gonna, like, what are you doing that for? Your character is very driven, very ambitious. She's very up. She's very ready for the day. Why are you like really rubbing your eyes? It's not really called for that in this moment, unless the scene is like you've had a long day and you're just kind of tired. That is okay. So let's just make sure that our non-negotiables are centered around what's really going on in the story that drives us, and whatever that is will help our actions be on point, on cue, and really matter to the story and what the audience sees. Okay, my writers, I took some notes. So our three non-negotiables are going to be different because our three non-negotiables will be short story structured. So, our first character rule is what your character refuses to do. Your second one is the pressure, the situation that'll try to break the rule. The third one is the consequence. What will your character have to risk losing to keep the rule? So let's go back to number one because I also did this exercise. So, characters rule what you refuse to do. My character refuses to get bigger in size, refuses to stay unmotivated. Okay. And the pressure, the situation that tries to break the rule is that my character's roommate keeps busting in the door, super drunk, always asking, do you want something to drink? And my character is usually down. Like, yeah, like I had a terrible day at work, and I work in the kitchen, so all I do is eat. And then when I come home, I'm drinking with you and I just sit down and I watch TV. The consequence. There's always consequences to our actions, and that is the reason why I'm my character is bigger in size, but my character does not need that anymore. Okay? So the consequence, this is the third one. What does my character have to risk losing to keep this rule? We're gonna have to kick this roommate out, okay? Like, this roommate is not motivating whatsoever. Like, the roommate either needs to get their stuff together or they're gonna have to get out. Okay. So, and I mean, it's you're gonna have to risk, your money for peace, for improvement, for clarity. Okay. So, you might kick your roommate out and now you're gonna have to pay more on the financial side. That's one thing. But guess what you'll gain once she's gone? You'll have a healthier my main character will have a healthier body. Her liver is going to be clearer. She's going to, because my main character is me, um, she's going to slim down. She's going to be happier, going to be healthier. She's going to be smarter, faster, whatever. Okay? So my main character wants to get bigger in size. I mean, my character does not want to get bigger in size. That's what she refused to do. In the situation, the pressure that tries to bring her down is the messy drunk roommate uh, that ain't got much going on with their life. And third, final, the consequence is that I'm just going to have to risk paying more money for rent because she has to get out. We've been knowing each other for quite a while, and all of our time she has not changed, not wanting to change, and we've only been living together for the history. And as long as we've been living together, neither one of us have been saving any money to even live on our own. So that's how you're that's how, like, these non-negotiables or even just one non-negotiable can turn into like a big story or a short story or sentence or whatever. And you see how, like, you just start fleshing out thoughts and writing it down, and that's the structure. It's something so small, like three little paragraphs, three little sentences, or however long you want to make it. um so for my regular people, because it's 2026, cut out them New Year's resolutions. That's not going to do nothing for you. Say, these are my non-negotiables for today. These are my non-negotiables for this paycheck. These are my non-negotiables for the next month, the next year, the next 5 years, so on and so forth. For my actors, remember that your non-negotiables have to drive you, but they have to drive you in the correct way that serves the story. Don't just have any old non-negotiable. Okay, break down the scenes. Have your overall main objective, your non-negotiable, whatever you want to call it, and then have your underlinings for your scenes, because they are what's going to drive you. No one wants to hire someone who's doing any old thing because of whatever you have. Your job at the end of the day is to serve the story. So figure out your character's non-negotiables and continue to be ambitious and serve the story. That's your job. Now, for my writers, let's continue doing small step-by-step short stories. Non-negotiables are a big help to help figure out what it is you're thinking, what the character should be thinking, and how to structure their thinking. This is Shy Speak Studios, and I'm done talking for the day.